Hey there once again. I'm back with the other video I promised a few days ago because now I got my Lasonic TRC-975 boombox. And as you can see, it's a pretty big box. I don't know how much of the actual size of this box is the radio itself, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed through the opening here so that I don't bore you guys with 8 minutes of just opening a box. So as you can see, the seller shipped it very nicely. He put a lot of protection on it, a lot of bubble wrap. It seems like the box was actually the perfect size for this thing. And wow, it takes up pretty much the entire size of the box, except for the very edges all around. Obviously the height was a lot more, but the good thing is that it was very well protected, so hopefully everything arrived in good condition. So here it is, and just like my other one, it looks like this one is pretty complete. Like all the buttons and everything seem to be in place, just like it showed on the pictures on the eBay ad or post. So I do notice a little bit of paint scratched off of the tweeter area, the chrome, and the speaker grills, the round ones. They don't look as clean as the other ones on the 931, but they're still pretty good, and all the cassette buttons are there. One of the things I really liked about this one is all these buttons that I'm pushing there on the top. Those are the ones that on the TRC 931 were those knobs that turn, the ones that always break. So it's really good to see that these are just push buttons. And then it has a high-speed dubbing there. It has the recording input volume, the balance, and the volume knobs. And the equalizer has a lot more, also more different frequencies that you can adjust. And the cassette decks, they look a little bit dirty inside. They're not extremely dirty, but they're not very clean either. So alright, so now I'm gonna go turn it around and we'll check out the back here. So this one here, it only has it does have the external speaker jack, so you can plug in external speakers, and it has a set of inputs, basically like a phono and CD. It says on it, it says PH/CD. So I'm not sure if maybe it has some kind of circuitry inside, because I believe that the phono signal is a lot higher than any line input, so it might do its own filtering for that. The battery compartment was overall pretty clean. There was no signs of corrosion on it or acid, deposits anywhere. But the coil on the right here that I'm about to focus on right now does have some rust on it a little bit, and even inside, when I looked inside, it actually had a little bit of rust on the inside part, but not very much, so I think it should be okay. Alright, so this is it right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take it inside and open it so I can try to fix the problems I found. Alright, so I brought the boombox inside, the TRC 975, and I'm gonna open it up for the first time and see how it looks in the inside. I already removed all the screws, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lower down the back cover. Alright, so we got the antenna right here, so we just gotta disconnect it and get it out of the way so that we can lower this. This is very similar to the 931. It also has just the antenna that goes to the tuner board, and then it has the transformer, and then this power board here with the positive and the negative that go to the main board. So if we wanted to get rid of this completely, obviously we would have to disconnect those black one and red one to be able to move the cover away. And I think I am going to do that because it looks like it's pretty dusty. So I'm going to go ahead and take it outside and blow it down with some air. There's the tuner board. There's the cassette decks down there. I think these share one motor, and one motor drives both of them. The speakers I think are exactly the same as the TRC-931. I'm not sure if you can see how dusty it is from here, but it is pretty dusty. So I also found on this one a little bit of electrical noise, and the volume, looks like the volume knob potentiometer probably needs to be cleaned out. So I'm gonna see if they're easy to get to, or at least if I can spray some of the electrical cleaner there and make it work better here. Alright, so I'll be back later, and if I get better results when I'm done, maybe I'll record another little demo with it playing without all that static noise and losing volume on one of the speakers like the other one. Alright, so now that we're back outside, you can see a little bit better how dusty it is. This is just the back cover here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit. And I was able to get the potentiometers, I was able to get them out of the place where they were, and I did spray some deoxit in it, and you'll see that it did make a difference in the scratchiness. There was no more of that sound. As far as the other heavy static sound, it ended up being the exact same problem as the TRC-931, that gray silver thing that's right across the center there above the green little board. And there was a person that told me in a comment that it's to do with the play and record of the tape decks. And here is a better picture of the tape decks, and it is only one motor that drives both of them, and you can see the belts that are associated, that are linked to them. I did have one problem with the handle. It broke when I was about to carry it outside. Luckily I was very low to the ground already when it broke, and I was able to catch it with my foot. So other than that little thing here in the center, nothing else broke. So what I ended up doing for that, just to fix it up, I put an L bracket, and I just put a screw into the side part and the top part, and that seems to do a good job. And then I painted it black afterwards, so you can't really see that there's an L bracket in there. It looks like it's pretty well hidden, and I guess at this point the most important thing is that the handle stays in place and that it doesn't break anymore. So as you can see right here, when it's on the radio back again, it doesn't really even show, especially after I painted it black. So I think it'll do the job. Alright, so here's the TRC-975 after I put it back together, and you already saw some of the pictures from inside when I opened it up. And I did find pretty much the same problem that the TRC-931 had with that staticky sound, and that sometimes only one of the speakers would work. But I'm hoping that it was the same thing, the same exact thing that it was on the other one. So I sprayed some deoxit into the potentiometers for the volume and the balance, and also for that thing, that switch or whatever it is. So let's see how it sounds now.
Arizonans lost their jobs. Lujan says workers find it demoralizing that the state attempted to reopen the economy too soon, and a spike in COVID cases forced another round of business closures.
I think a lot of the hesitation and the inaction that we're seeing from political leaders.
So that's only about half the volume right there, but you can see that the radio is working good. So I'm going to play the same cassette that I played last time on it. And what I really like about this one is that all the buttons are just push buttons, so they don't have that rotating, shaft thing that breaks on the TRC-931 all the time. So hopefully these are a lot more reliable, and they'll last a lot longer than that one. At least these all work still. So here we go with this tape deck. I'm gonna try the other side. hear a little vibration over here on this corner. I wonder if there's something that I forgot to tighten when I closed it back up, but I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, that LBS button does sure add a lot of bass to it. I guess is what on the TRC-931 is called the loudness. But so yeah, the equalizer works also on this one. Right now I'll do the balance when I'm playing on this side. So yeah, I mean the seller wasn't lying, everything was working. I mean not perfectly, but you know what can you expect from a 30-something year old radio. At least overall it was complete. I did have that problem with the handle, but as you can see I put it back together now and I think that'll hold. As soon as I can, I'm gonna actually find another one of those L brackets and put it on the other side just in case. So well, that's it for this one here. So hopefully this one will last me a very long time as well. See you guys on the next one.